We are live, broadcasting live. I already got one device playing in the background here. Which one's messing me up? Maybe that one. Alright folks, I want to welcome you to tonight's show. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. Let's see who we got here. Get my chat box going. BAH, Mark David, Singapore Dan, Earl, hey Carla, Chris Long, Toriano TV, Joe Louie, Kurt from Washington State, and Peter Michigander. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. So I think I've got all the buttons pushed properly. I think I'm broadcasting live. So old single dad has pulled it off. Somebody tell me about the audio level. How's the video? How does everything look? Thank you very much, Carla. Hey Guy and hey Mark. Yeah, a few hours sleep and I'm back. Man, I was wiped out yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. By the time I laid down, it was like 4 in the morning. Been up all night, and then you can't really sleep during the day. So yesterday was just like a day of being a zombie. But I'm rejuvenated now. Hey Angie, how you doing? Hey Beverly, Mr. Brew checking in from West Monroe, Louisiana. There's Tommy Bond, aka Jomo. Hey, how are you? And let's see, Juan checking in from California. Got Concho, Arizona on board. DeSanti Adventures. Folks, thank y'all for joining me on tonight's show. Boom, Samuel Vera coming off the top ropes early into the show. Thank you very much, man. I can test out my add to broadcast feature here. Looks like it worked. Let's see. The only thing it does, let me ask this question logistics wise here. When I put that on the screen, do you actually see the, I guess I can look right here. Can you see the emoji or do you see the text? I think we see the text. Yeah, things aren't perfect here with my software. But thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much. Let's see, you got Chicago on station, MSJRC, Richard Pearson, Todd Evans checking in from the Gold Coast. All right, 345 Adventures from the Cayman Islands, Richard in Cambo, Sir Carlos in Seattle. All right, so I got worldwide comms spinning up. So, folks, I want to welcome you. I figured, what was I going to talk about tonight? And I got to browsing around, and we lived over in Barrio Barreto. My marathon live stream yesterday, and whenever I did it, we just ran a bunch of old videos and did some commentary. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that every night, but maybe a couple nights a week, 2 or 3 nights, I'm going to do the rerun. It's a, this is a live stream, but what I'm going to focus on and play is I'm going to play a previous video, blast from the past. This one that I'm going to show you tonight is from 2019. Obviously, me and the old lady look a lot younger in this video. Fatima is a lot thinner in the video. But, yeah, and the reason I'm going to do these reruns is I've always said I wish YouTube had like a rerun feature where you can just, click it. It fires it up into a Premiere or what have you. But I think this is actually even better because I can run the rerun, put myself up in this little window over here, wherever, and I can stop the video and talk about it and interject commentary. And some of y'all have been with me for many years, and I certainly appreciate y'all tuning in. But you get new subscribers all the time, and when you've got over 2,000 videos on this platform. Most of them are like hidden, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring them to the forefront by doing this format, just running a rerun live stream, and see how everybody likes the format. Let's see, back to the comments here, see who's checking in. Got Washington DC on station, Kentucky. Let's see, Glenn Dubs Adventures, how you doing? Got the Bahamas, Silicon Valley, Virginia. Okay, and let's see, Toriano TV says the audio and video is perfect. Alright, thank you very much. And at any time during the show, if the audio is too low, too loud, you know, please feel free to weigh in. Let's see, West Virginia. And the Mighty P-Man says the format looks great. Well, thank y'all very much. And IDC like the ticker on the bottom. Yeah, I had to put that in there. It's sort of much the same message that I had up there before. But you know, those two text box, I can easily, you know, change it and manipulate it without a lot of effort. So I got those in there. Plus it just, I guess, goes with the branding. Somebody said that the text speed is too slow, so I need to speed that up. Okay, King B up in the house. Hey, Brian says the talking head is getting old. Okay, all right, thanks for weighing in. Big Money Grip from North Mississippi on station. All right. And Hob EXP's from checking in from Sweden. Hey, Richard. And then Grace, how are you? You look like my professor in college when you have your glasses on. All right. You know, if I don't have these glasses on, I can't see these screens. It's just the way it is. I can see, you know, 200 meters out like a hawk, like an eagle. But if you get up this close, I can't read without these reading glasses. My buddy Dan told me years ago, he saw me trying to strain to read the menu or something. No, it was the menu. We were in Lona Beach, and he pulled his reading glasses off, and he says, "Here, you want to use these?" I'm like, "Hell no, man! Get them things away from me." He said, "Man, once you start using reading glasses, it's over. You can never not use them," and that's true. So, Munchie checking in. Where you at, Munchie? You in Montana? I think we got Montana on station. Not dead yet. Checking in. How y'all doing? Got Mike Larry checking in. How are you, my friend? San Antonio's on board. Victoria. Hey, Trina. How you doing? Northern Marianas Islands in the Pacific. All right. Well, thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here today in Graciano. It's all good. Yeah, folks. So, without further ado, I mean, I can sit here and just talk and hang out, but let's just get the video going. And that's the good thing about, you know, this format is I can run it for 5 minutes. I can stop and talk. We can discuss what's going on, how people look. So let me see if old single dad can pull it up here. Okay, there you go. Y'all can see the screen. Can you still see me? Yeah, it appears so. OSD's got this technology thing about licked. All right, so let's see. Hey Jim, how you doing, my friend? And we got Kim. Hey Kim. All right, so without further ado, let's just set the tone. Let's just get into it, folks. This is from 2019. We lived over on the Subic side of the mighty Manta N River, you know, Barrio Barreto. And we lived in a little neighborhood called Magdalena Homes. Nice little neighborhood over there. Love living in there. You know, if you live in a neighborhood here, it's being Captain Obvious, but like if you like to walk at night, you're in the neighborhood, okay, you can walk around and push the stroller. you got onto the streets of the Philippines, it's not walking friendly in most places. People don't slow down for you. There's so many pitfalls. But you know, you live inside a subdivision neighborhood. Okay, it's great for going out at night, pushing the stroller, doing the family thing. Hey, Papa Smurf, how you doing? Got New York City on station. Okay. Let's see. Almost ready to go here. See, Not Dead Yet says, I saw some funny videos. Love you to comment on them. Okay, EDC, what's your everyday carry? Alright, yeah, that might be a good video. Let's see, Munchie says he's sitting in the yard grilling up some lake trout from Flathead. The kids brought back from their fishing trip. Awesome, man. Awesome. Sounds wonderful. Yeah, I gotta get my barbecue back going. Hey, Pip Syndicate. Alright, folks, so let's just get into the video here. Get going. The whole video is about an hour and a half, so how long is this live stream gonna stay up? We'll see. Okay, hold on, I've already messed up. Already messed up the audio. That's how easy you can mess stuff up. You gotta push buttons, push the right buttons. Here we go. Alright, folks, I want to welcome you to this little adventure today. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day here in the Philippines. When I say it's hot, folks, let me just show you, there is not much of a breeze here at the Alamo. And if you're just joining me on my channel, I'm not in San Antonio, Texas. I'm in Subic, on Subic Bay, right outside Barrio Barreto here in the Philippines. But I call this place the Alamo because it's got a western San Antonio Alamo type flavor to it. But it's hot today, and we're gonna go try to find these waterfalls up by Lake Gogo, which last time we didn't make it all the way there. But today we're just gonna try to finish what we started. Because it is a beautiful day. And I get up every morning and I see these beautiful days. Oh shit, after those 3-4 months of monsoon rains, when I wake up and see sunshine, folks, it's hard for me not to just, let's go. You know, everybody get in the trike, let's go, we're going somewhere. So anyhow, I want to thank you for joining me. Today's video, I'm going to be starting out shooting on a GoPro Hero 8 Black. 4K, 30 frames per second with the GoPro color profile and a high bit rate, and I think I have the stabilization on high, not the boost. So for any of you camera buffs, that's what I'm shooting on. And I've just got it mounted on the GoPro Max tripod slash selfie stick. And as soon as I finish my beer, I'll show you who's rolling along on today's adventure. But again, thanks for joining us. Today, we're rolling with my man Francis.
Hi.
Francis, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fine.
All right, so Francis is rolling here, and we're in the, we usually ride in the Lamborghini, but today we're riding in the Porsche 911 Turbo. And I got my man Force G, beautiful wife number 1, Fatima, and Francis's beautiful wife, Faye. And folks, cut the Timbuktu serving as our diaper bag today. Him bringing the big camera with the heavy duty tripod, because if we find these waterfalls, folks, I might do some more Bible reading. And I know I got some conflicting reviews on that Bible reading. So right here's a look around. This one I call it the Alamo. This looks like the Alamo, but it's a beautiful place. I got pine trees, palm trees. I got a darn guava tree. Now the guava tree it's kind of stopped producing guavas. You see we got one up there that's no good. But this little bitty guava tree pumped out so many guavas we couldn't eat them all. And it's not that big of a tree. All right, folks, finished my beer and we're rolling, searching for Lake Gogo and the waterfalls. And it is in the heat of the day. I don't even think it's noon yet. Maybe it's noon. I don't know. I don't wear a watch. But the baby got up early this morning. He usually wakes us up like 2 in the morning. But now I don't know, he wakes us up all night now. He's been going to bed early, that's the problem. So anyhow, we are probably even before noon rolling out. Oh, Mr.
In the
Brew,
heat of the day,
on
this little adventure.
Thank you very much, Mr.
There's a mountain that we climb up there. You can see how white those rocks are when you get that sunlight shining directly on that mountain. You can see that white dome top from fucking, excuse my language, from miles and miles around. All right, got security on point. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Folks, without further ado, we are rolling in the 5.0. Got the rag top down so my hair can blow. If you're just joining us for first video, we're in Santo Tomas, headed in the direction of San Isidro. And no, we're not in California. And when I say the Alamo, we're not in San Antonio, but actually just north of here is a town called San Antonio. So you can live in San Antonio in the Philippines. There's a town called Mexico, not too far from here. All, you know, everywhere around the world, Spanish influence is still in full force. So there's Santo Tomas National High School. Just give you a look around the sights and the sounds of the Philippines here. And there's Pure Rock 6 on this beautiful, hot, and sunny day here. Little sorry store. Pulling in this same little gas station right here. Nice shit.
Yeah, just to catch up on the chat here. Yeah, this is back before the lockdown. Back when we were just rolling out, staying outdoors all the time, just on the go, little adventures like this. How are Francis and Faye? I haven't heard from them in a long time. The last time I saw Faye was I did a video. It's called Reunion or something like that. We saw her over there. She come over to the Blue Rock. That's been years ago, so I'm not sure how they're doing. Haven't heard from them in a long time. Let's see. Hey, it's K today. How are you? Let's see. The Epstein situation, folks. I don't really know. I don't know enough about that to really comment or weigh in. I'm sure y'all probably know more than I do about that situation. And who knows what's true and what's not, you know, with the releasing the information, who knows. And hey Butch, how you doing? Andy H, how are you? Pennsylvania on station.
Heavy over there. And what do we got? 46.2 pesos per liter. Yeah. If anybody wants to do the conversion, we got to get some fuel here. Hello my friend, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, I'm making a YouTube video. Alright, so he's punching in 100 pesos. That's a little over 2 liters.
That's in.
Let's throw 100 pesos in the motorbike.
100 pesos.
100. $2, $2 US dollars. So I'll tell you, $2 US, roughly 100 pesos, to get you 2.16 liters of fuel.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, my friend. All right, watch my YouTube channel. You'll be famous.
Okay, sir.
All right, we'll see you. Hello, how are you, my friend? Damn, forgot to tell them the name of the channel. I have to stop back by and let them know. that sun shining on those the black rock face, the exposed rocks in the mountains. It's just beautiful. For me, it is. Little things of natural beauty just impress me. Barangay San Isidro. And no, we're not on the Mexican border south of San Diego. We're here on Tibag Bay in the Philippines, my friends. Okay, now I will let the camera run to try to show you with that direct sunlight. You see how white those rocks are up there? Now, even when you get up there, the rocks don't look that white, but with the sunlight shining directly on Mystery Mountain.
Okay, so if you see the mountain that I'm pointing at, pretty much the center of the screen now, that's a mountain that we've been up several times. It's called Mount Bakilia Oak, if I say that right. At one point I was calling it a mini Mount Everest and Mystery Mountain. And those are some videos I'll go back over to, because they're pretty good. You got a pretty good story behind it, that mountain there. You know, if you haven't seen those videos, it's on the top. There's a concrete pad up there where some crazy American retired guy built a small house and he lived up there on the top of that thing. So I'll go over those videos. Pretty interesting story there. Let's see, Not Dead Yet says it'd be fun if like once a month you went to visit these old places or people and check in on them. You know, I need to take the old lady and the kids over to Bredo and just look around, see what's happening over there, try to see some of our old friends and check in on them. That would be good. Maybe see if we can get Janice and her baby down there, see how they're doing. How many subs did you have back then? You know, I'm not even sure. That's a good question. 2019? I'm not even sure. Yeah, I've been up the mountain several times. Fatima's been up there several times with me, and Eric and Mercy went up with us. And it's not a technical climb where you got to have ropes and all that, but it's a gut, it's a gut check. You'll get a little winded going up that thing, but it's not impossible. It's a little bit of difficulty, but you don't need any ropes or stuff like that, or be a mountain climber. You just got to put your backpack on and start hiking. Yeah, Janice been up the mountain with us. So KD saying back then less than 10,000. Hey Jan, man, I felt rough sitting in this chair for 12 hours. Just being strapped in the chair, it was like being on a 12-hour flight. So yesterday I was a zombie. I've been up all night. So I think what I got to do on these longer ones, and I had it set up downstairs. I had one camera set up where I could get up and stand up and walk around, but I don't have that set up here. I mean, right here, the only camera angle I got is this one here, and then this one. So I'm stuck sitting down. The way to defeat that is have a camera angle where I can walk around and stand up and take a break, maybe on the kitchen where I can go make a drink. Okay, yeah, on one of the videos we did crash the drone. Wasn't me. Eric crashed the drone on the side of the mountain and turned into a drone recovery operation. So yeah, I'll run those videos. It's good stuff.
It looks like there's a damn weather radar up there. It looks like there's a circular, one of those damn NSA radars, listening post / weather radar, whatever. It looks like a white dome, but in fact it's just the fact that somebody painted the rocks white, and on the very tip of the mountain are rocks. Just check out my the videos where me and wife number one go mountain climbing, or when I discovered the Filipinas up there drinking wine. But look at that, see how white that is?
Hey, Thank y'all very much. See, that's how easy, one button, old single dad. If I don't push the button, it messes things up. So please feel free during any of these streams. Hey fool, you didn't push the right button. Okay, so there we go. So now y'all, I think y'all can see the video now. My
and you
bad.
have the beautiful black exposed rock face.
Fire the cameraman.
And then on top, somebody painted that damn circular rock white. Anyhow, just a beautiful little mountain to climb. You know, it's a day hike. Just check out my videos. But if you're around here in Barrio Barreto, it's a nice little day hike for you, day climb. See this water coming downstream. A little dump truck coming down the hill. We about to go up that hill right there. Okay, baby.
Ito, diretso yan, pataas. Tapos flat na doon.
All right, folks. So I'll hump this bag where I don't break my camera. Got a big camera in there, and we're just gonna walk up the hill because it's just so bouncy. All right, so Francis is gonna power up this hill, but it's just too bouncy. You get terrain like this riding a tricycle, I prefer just to get out and walk and let him bounce up that hill and we'll get back aboard when it's up there on the paved road. Man, these hills are so beautiful. I'm gonna end up spending a lot of time over here in these hills. The one guy told me, he said, oh, you need ropes to climb that one mountain. I don't think I need any ropes. These aren't extreme technical climbs. It's a cross between a climb and a hike. But I don't think we need any ropes to get up any of these little peaks. And that's perfect for me. It's perfect. I don't want to be hanging off the side of a mountain no more with a fucking rope that could snap. That was my younger years. So just taking a little day hike up there, maybe camping on the top for a night, come on back down. That's perfect, especially when you're trying to run a YouTube channel. The longer you stay away from the internet connection, uploading, chopping videos, things fall apart. Hello. Hello. These folks right there, just taking a walk. And let me just show you. See how rolling that is?
This is Makahiya, sir.
Beautiful.
That's the demo, sir.
Uh-huh.
Oh, see?
What's that?
There's a shy plant.
Okay, hold on. Let me focus in. Okay, touch one more. Oh
See,
my
shy.
goodness. Why is
Shy plant.
Why is this plant so shy, Faye?
I don't know.
Touch this one.
This
Touch
one?
no, this here.
This one? Oh, see?
My goodness.
Rose.
It's a shy plant, folks. It's like the thing's alive.
This is the flower. Shy plant.
This one too?
Yeah.
No,
Maybe, no.
this one.
Only pink flower. Like this, sir. In there.
That's the one with the pink flowers.
Yeah. This is. Oh, see? Shy plant.
It's a shy plant.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that, Faye.
Oh, nakapulot ka na naman sila.
All right, folks, whoever knows their botany, you can enlighten us on why that plant does that. Obviously, it's some type of defense mechanism. All right, so we're back up on the paved road, and just a little bit in front of us is where we left off on the last video.
Okay, I'll catch up on the comments here. Let's see, let me go back. Let's see, Mark David. Yeah, I remember that video like it was yesterday. Yeah, man, that's the crazy thing, you know. When you pull up these videos, it's just like it was yesterday. It's like time just has went by so fast. Okay, Mike is checking in from Australia. And IDC, yeah, she's on the video. She's coming up. She'll be focused on the, she'll be a focal point of the show. Because once we get trekking, I'm just following her, so she'll be the main star of the show. And then some about the kids being in school. Their school hasn't started back yet, folks. It's a situation where they got out early down there, and the school here starts late. And yes, there's a lot of schools, the public schools. Well, there's a lot of schools. Period. They're back in session, but the school that our kids are going to, they got about 2 more weeks, so they've had a full summer break, and everybody's looking forward to getting them back in school. But it's just it was just their schedule, so they'll be going back in a couple of weeks. Okay, American politics. Yeah, I'm gonna fire up some political topics, no doubt. I'm going back to that. Just changing everything up. I'll pick some topics and we'll debate. We'll fire up the debate. Like I said, every time you talk politics, people, I'm unsubscribing. I didn't come here to listen to politics. But it's just part of it.
And my goodness, that direct sunlight. All right, folks. Let me get my crew loaded back up, and then we're on the paved road, continuing on the hunt for Lake Gogo. And what's the name of the waterfalls? Faye, can you tell us what's the name of the waterfalls?
Naogsol Falls, sir.
Huh?
Naogsol Falls.
Naogsa?
Naogsol.
Nogsol.
Yeah. Naogsol. Sol.
Naogsol waterfalls. Okay, folks. Get back aboard this vessel and we're rolling. Just a little bit further. I'll show you. I've got a little puddle right here, folks. Our Ita friends aren't there like they were on the last video. That's the point we left off. My buddy's house is just to the left there. So now we're venturing into new territory. And wow, there's a beautiful house up on this hill right here, next to these huge rocks. Alright, so now we're into uncharted territory. Full speed ahead, my friend. Last time the gentleman said that we were 4 kilometers from the waterfalls. So I'll just sit here and try to gauge 4 clicks, because a lot of folks we asked, well, every person we asked about Lake Gogo, they never heard of it. And then they talked about the waterfalls. But if I have to guess, there ain't no damn signs that say waterfalls this way. It's going to be an Easter egg hunt to find these waterfalls. Slow down, Army checkpoint. I don't know if we got an Army checkpoint here or if that's just a sign. Those folks living up on that hill with that fence. And we got a basketball court, but I don't see any soldiers. And banana plants, banana trees. Got bananas hanging all over them things. Young ones, but there are bananas all over them. There's some bamboo growing. There's bamboo everywhere, but Again, if you try to come out here, the ideal is just to get a motorbike. But you know, I want to take the old lady and my crew, Force G, so we're riding in the tricycle. Okay, the road's kind of going to shit just a little bit here. And then it looks like it's the end of the asphalt and we're back on the dirt. Beautiful out through here. The heat and the smells and this vegetation like this almost reminds me of Fort Benning in the summer. Except Fort Benning is a hell of a lot hotter, at least right now. Hello. Another little incline. Just got a gear low. Everybody hold on. Be prepared to get bumped around. Stabilization on this GoPro is pretty damn good. So you probably can't appreciate how much we're getting bumped around here. I was gonna say we're at the end of the road, but no, the road curves to the left. Keeps rolling. Such an incline. We're out on foot. And he's gonna motor on up the hill. And that's probably a good call. We got nothing but time. We got nothing but time on this adventure.
All right, to catch up on the comments. So basically, you know, folks, these trikes, when you put a load on them, there's not enough power. You got to get out, get the weight off so you can get up that hill. You see him, he's sitting there riding that clutch. So I wonder we have a clutch at all by the time this little adventure's over, because we're just going up and down these hills. Okay, so to the comments, let's see. Hey, Temp. Let's see, Mike says, I inspired him to go up to an Australian lady and ask for a coffee date. Sadly, she told me I was something she throws in the bin. Hey, man, you got to swing the bat. You got to swing the bat. That's what you did. You know, I've talked about this. My philosophy is if I step up to the plate, I'm going down swinging. I'm going to swing at every pitch that comes my way. I'm going down swinging. So you went up, you swung the bat, she told you it didn't work out, what have you. Good on you, man. Good on you. If you read about the 1% rule in my second book, that's what you got to do in the dating game. You got to give the lady an opportunity to turn you down, because you never know what's going to happen. But if you don't go over and talk to somebody, you know exactly what's going to happen. Nothing. You go over there and say, hey, how you doing? My name's Mark. That 1% rule kicks in. You never know where it's going to go. So, good on you, my friend. Yeah, that hot tub video down in Mexico. I had a great time doing that, even though I don't remember most of it. Great time down there in Mexico in that hot tub. Okay, so now we're out on foot a little bit. Get to take a look at Fatima. Back when, I don't know how old she was then. What was she, 20? 21? Somewhere in there. Yeah, she was looking stellar. And that's after she had the kid.
My Filipina wife, number one. She's so beautiful. Get that hat on Forrest G's head. Alright, let's stop here and take a look at this dozer here. We got a Cat D5M LGP sitting up here on this hill. It seems to be operational. It says something construction, builders, planners, and contractors. Right out here in the middle of nowhere, got a Caterpillar. Ready to go? All right, so I can reboard this vessel.
Let's try again.
Try it again?
Yeah. On the way back, no problem.
All right, we're gonna try this one. May seem like this little 125 is struggling, because it is. This thing was designed for like 2 passengers. It's carrying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 souls and a sidecar. Motherfucker's a champion. And again, we're not in the boondocks. We're not in the sticks. Look at this. We still got brand new power poles. Got electricity up here. There's no telling what we're going to see coming around this bend. Whoa! Got a crib right here. And again, there's still electricity at this point. All right, now we're on a flat incline. Hello! That gentleman's putting up a TV antenna. Old-fashioned aerial. He's got him a big long bamboo pole. About to mount that aerial. I lost track of the power lines. I'm not sure if that's the last house with electricity or not. Folks, I'm holding on to this thing, looking for 8. I'll be looking for 8 when they pull that gate. And I hope the judge ain't blind. Oh shit. Amarillo by morning. Amarillo's on my mind. Folks, we still got houses out here. So we gotta ask this gentleman, because I think we're at the end of the road.
Boss, pwede magtanong. Saan po ba yung papunta dito yung water cruise? Oh. Ha?
So I asked him about the waterfalls.
Saan banda?
I think we went too far.
Yung maliit na kuha na gano'n, dalawa? Ha?
Malakad pa po sila doon.
Malakad pa?
Opo, malayo pa po doon.
Folks, got my camera bag here. Hopefully I have a GPS here. Oh yeah, I got a GPS. We're gonna pop a grid when this thing comes up, just so I know where we're at and start plotting this stuff on the map. But it sounds like these gentlemen told us that we went too far. So I'm trying to get an update. But once they get done talking, huh? Okay, can you translate into English for my viewers? What did they say?
I want to go there. The tricycle stop in the school, then you with us just walk 1 hour, no? 1 hour walk, sir.
Where? Forward or backwards? Here.
I think backward. Yeah, backward.
Let's go the other way.
Okay, Francis, can you tell us what the gentleman said about Lake Gogo and the waterfalls? Where are we went too far?
Okay, so if you're just joining us, all right, how we started hiking in this area, I was just messing around on the map, you know, looking for places to go hike, places to climb, what have you. And if you go in that area, at least at the time and at the end of the show, end of the video, you'll see it. There's a Lake Gogo. Now, that's what we were doing. I was trying to find this Lake Gogo. Because, you know, you're in Barrio Barreto, there's a bunch of bars, a bunch of go-go bars. And so what was curious in my mind is that, you know, somebody sitting on a bar stool drunk just put that pin there. Or if there's really a lake named Lake Gogo. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to run this mystery down. Is there a Lake Gogo, or is it just somebody, you know, being funny, putting a Google pin on the map? you know, while they're down there at Cheap Charlie's. So that's what we're doing. Trying to find this Lake Gogo.
No, not really. But we just missed the road going to the school.
Uh-huh.
To the Naugsol school or
Yes, Papa. Ano?
and then
Inagkan
we
school.
passed by there and then we need to go back.
Ay, Tibag pala.
We need to go back and hit the road going to that school, and then
Okay.
right and then at the in the school you need to walk all the way up to the waterfalls.
How far?
Wow.
About, he said, in about 30 minutes. Depends
30
on
minutes.
depends on how you walk fast.
It depends on how fast you walk. Has he heard of a lake called Lake Gogo or no?
That ano ba yun? Yung ba yung tinatawag na Lake Gogo?
Sa Google lang yun.
Sa Google lang po yun.
Lake
Dito,
Gogo.
Naugsol Falls yun.
Naugsol lang po talaga yun.
Oh, see? Naugsol Falls yun, Papa.
Only Naugsol Falls.
Okay, so only Naugsa Falls.
Naugsol Falls, yeah.
How do you say it?
Naugsol.
Okay.
It's mean down.
He said that Lake Gogo is only on the
Google.
It's
Google.
it's only on Google.
Yeah.
So it's not a real lake?
I don't know.
Naugsol Falls ang
Hindi yun hindi wala dito yun
Wala.
He
Naugsol
said no.
Falls lang talaga.
Only
Pag
Naugsol
sinabi mong
Falls.
ganyan, wala. Hindi
Okay,
nila
so
alam.
we only know Naugsa Falls. Okay, folks, let me look at the grid here. I got the satellite coming up. So here we are. We're at 51 Papa Tango Sierra 07478 49er 887. Hopefully we can see that. So we'll plot that, but we're nowhere near where we're supposed to be, I don't think. Know where we're at. We're at Tibag Recycling and E-Waste Yard. And beautiful scenery in the back up there. And I'm not sure what this red tower is. This chimney. But we got to roll out of here. All right, folks. So we came out here and we were way off the wrong spot. But I'm kind of looking forward to going back, plotting that grid on the map. At least I'm carrying my damn GPS now, so I know exactly where we go. We'll plot that on the map, see where the hell we were at. Nobody knows anything about Lake Gogo. Somebody just put that shit on the map, some jackass. And I guess Google knows who did it. They know who did that shit. One of you jackasses sitting on the bar stool over there, drunk in Barrio Barreto, putting bullshit Google pins. So I go on these fucking wild goose chases, on these witch hunts. I know you did it. I know who you are. Google knows who you are. I'm gonna find out. Look at that bamboo clump right there. There's bamboo all up in here. Nice thick stalks of bamboo. All right, folks, back down the hill. My Indiana gear bag, my friends. Best damn piece of travel gear ever bought in my life. Is this the way we're supposed to go?
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh.
Alright.
Baka mami
So this is just
tayo.
This is just a fork in the road. That's looking back down the mountain, but look, we took the left fork and ended up at the recycling center. And I guess Francis is saying we need to take this right fork and walk up this hill. So that's what we'll do. Of course, G's sleeping. There's these folks' house here. Way out here, folks, it's still got some bumping music going on. I don't know if they're doing big jokey over there, or if they just got the stereo on. But you heard what the cats told us, and now we're asking this young man here, see if he gives us some conflicting information. And if you haven't listened to my previous videos about getting directions in the Philippines, Never trust directions here in the Philippines, because people are too shy to tell you the words "I don't know." Every day my wife will not tell me the words "I don't know." If I ask her a question,
I don't know.
okay, after 2 years I'm training her to just tell me, just be honest, just tell me "I don't know."
I don't know.
But typically they're just too shy to tell you they don't know. They're gonna give you some information, but they don't know. It's gonna be bullshit.
Excuse me.
All right, now this gentleman went over this little bamboo fence here over that ridge line. I don't know if we're supposed to be following him or what.
Papa, mababa. Sige na.
Yeah, we're back on a smooth road. All right, mount up, ladies. So I guess we're not following the kuya that went over the hill. Battery life on my GoPro is down to like 30-something%. So folks, other than that little glitching with my GoPro and that one hardware issue, this thing is still trudging along. I'm quite happy, like I said, with the battery life. Climbing the mountain, it did glitch 2 clips and then went right back to being a trooper underneath these little power lines, and the power lines are like hanging real low. So if you did come through here with a tricycle, make sure that dude don't have any flags or anything sticking up high, because where we just passed, those lines are like really low. Now here they're fine. We got our brand new power pole. So that's fine there, but there was a low line area. You know, definitely if you come through here with a damn vehicle, pay attention. Sorry, store. Hello, my friends, hello. Probably not used to seeing gringos out this way. So we're at Tibag Elementary School, Subic, Zambales. Hello, ladies, how are you?
Gabi po, ay tanghali po. Saan po ba yung papunta rito ng sa falls? Ito po, dito. Lalakarin na lang.
So basically we got here, and this is the end of the road, and of course, you know, some conversation, what have you, but that's like it dead ends into that elementary school. Now we're about to get out on foot. So let me catch up on the comments here. Let's see, somebody said, let's see, Mitchell said he likes Flo's channel the best out of the 3 ladies. And Sling Blade says, I'll have to agree with you. She seems to be the one putting in the most effort. And then Paul says, I like Village Girl Pia and Berna. Okay, so folks, again, thank y'all very much for subscribing and tuning in to the ladies, their channels. You know, bear in mind they're just getting started, just starting out. In my marathon live stream, several folks said, hey, you know, buy them a gimbal. Apparently their footage is too shaky. So I told Fatima last night, I said, get them ladies on the line. And you know, when you first start doing this, yeah, you're all over the place, right? You're trying to catch all the action. You're doing this. And I said, get on the line, tell them ladies, stop doing all this and do this. Do this. So I'm passing the word to them, hey, hold the camera still. I think Pia just got a selfie stick that one of y'all fine folks out there donated to the cause. So she's got a selfie stick. Maybe that helps things. But let's talk about gimbals for just a second. Once you get a gimbal, your production goes down because it's just too much stuff to put up, you know, put together and get it running. So, you know, back years ago, you had to get a gimbal. But now, if you have a halfway decent cell phone, all they need to do is just slow down. But you know, just getting started, just learning. So I did yak them about holding the cameras still. We'll see if that improves any of their footage. Okay, I guess I should put the link to their channels. I put it in the videos while they were here. I need to keep adding it. Alright, here we go. About to start trekking. So there's some waterfalls here? Yeah? Okay folks, so it looks like we might be in the right place, and we are literally at the end of the pavement here, and we're at Tibag Elementary School, Tibag Falls. And it's a tiny school here. The gates are locked, but I'll give you a look around. And it looks like this is the majority of the school. So there's those are 5th and 6th grade. There's 2nd grade, 3rd grade. Okay, so you've probably got 6 rooms here, 1 classroom for each grade. And we're just nestled in the middle of these mountains amongst these beautiful trees. But at least these ladies have said, yes, there are some waterfalls. I'm trying to commission a guide here. But this is what I want to know. Baby, did they have any cold drinks at this sorry store? Huh? Let's find out. Did they have any?
Meron kayong...
Hello. How are you? Do you have any cold beer?
Cold?
You have cold beer?
No beer.
No beer?
Coke.
We have Coke or Pepsi?
Meron kayong Pepsi or Coke?
You want a Coke?
No.
No? You got small bills? Because all I have is 1,000.
I'm not.
You don't have any small bills? So the beer is finished.
Yeah, no beer.
No Red Horse? Oh my goodness, folks. There's plenty of beer here, but
This
it's...
is my father want to drink Coke.
What is that?
Like a beer too.
You like that? Okay. Got a load of bamboo coming through. 2 Cokes. Got some peanuts and some snacks. And 50 pesos, $1. So I'm just gonna throw this right here.
Me too, I put in there.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Got some bananas right there looking nice. All right, time to ruck up. And me and wife number 1 finna step it out to these waterfalls, my friends. All right, folks, this is around 50 students that go to this elementary school.
Okay lang? Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's your tour guide.
All right, so we got us a tour guide. What's your name, my friend? Lexar? Okay, I'm Marcos, and this is my wife, Fatima. So you're gonna be our tour guide?
Yeah.
What's the name of these waterfalls?
Tibag.
The Tibag Falls.
Tibag Falls.
Okay, all right, folks, so we're rolling with my friend, and we're on the way to Tibag Falls. Boom, slug to the chest. When I get back, I'll pop a grid. Thank you very much, my friend. The baby and Francis, they're gonna stay here with the fine folks in the shade. Baby, you ready? Huh? Fatima got her hair up. Okay, buddy, we'll be back shortly.
Okay. You should be careful.
All right, folks. So we know where the elementary school is, but I'll pop a grid on this place when we get back. Now, I'm not sure what is this woman doing. Fatima, let's go. Here, drink the rest of that. Okay. All right. Hey, folks. So now this was that's Forest G that's in the trike. A lot of people think that might be Maria, but no, this is that was Forest G. So that's Fatima. You know, a few months after having a baby, she looked absolutely stunning. She still looks beautiful, but you know, back then she had Forest G. Just boom, went right back to being a supermodel, like almost immediately. And again, this is before the lockdown, so obviously the lockdown put kilos on all of us. And but this is 2019, right before the lockdown went down.
All right, folks, we're on the way. And anywhere you go where you don't know you don't know the terrain, you have no idea where you're going. This is one of those situations. We have no idea. Get you a local guide.
You bring a water?
No.
We need a water, oi.
Maybe our guide doesn't have any water. I think we'll live. Get you a local guide. You know, there's a little bit of negotiation. First quote is 500 pesos. I said, nah, 200. We're not tourists. But we are on our way, and we already hear rushing water.
Where are you from, sir?
From the U.S., my friend, but we live here. We live in Subic. We're not tourists. We're just out for the day. Folks, take a look at this running water. Beautiful. Beautiful, clear, crystal clear mountain stream. And let's push across here. And now I'm glad I didn't wear my boots. I wore my my Merrell waterproof hiking boots. I'm not saying that my feet won't get wet, but they're more nimble. Careful, honey. You go ahead. Look at this. Just take a look around. Folks, I gotta just stop and reflect right here in the middle of the stream. This is beautiful. And I didn't pay attention to how they got across. Oh shit, I'm probably about to bust my ass. Oh! Look at this. Alright, so I think I need to get back to this rock. Oh, they're good sturdy rocks too. Oh, oh shit, my old ass over here. Boom! 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 Alright, my friend, we're ready. Folks, it's like being in the Rocky Mountains right here. I mean, yeah, you got the palm trees. Let's take a look at this. Look at that, baby. Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, pop this one. All right, sir, we're ready. And the third little stream to cross. I'm sure hoping this GoPro don't start glitching like it did on our mountain climb. Yeah, got some electrical wires hanging here. And folks, there is a trail, but again,
Yeah.
you come up here and make sure you get my friend here to guide you. You okay, Fatima?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm fine.
He said there's only 6 more kilometers to go. Just joking. Well, folks, just a few hours ago, we were all sitting around the house. I was staring at a computer, which that's the part of this job that I don't really enjoy. I enjoy it because I get to spend all my time around my kids. But the downside to making travel and adventure videos is the editing. That's the work. So a few hours ago, I was staring at a laptop. Sitting in the house, and just a couple hours later I'm up here in the mountains filming. This is the fun part. Now let me just pause and show you how big this bamboo stalk is, whatever they call it. grove, bamboo, whatever. That is some huge, tall
It's straight.
bamboo that, oh yeah, it's straight. Good point. Excellent bamboo growing up here. Got coconuts, bananas. You know, if society were to break down, as long as you're up in a place like this, you live till the end of time. Enough bananas, coconuts, fresh water. You never have to come down off this mountain. Take another look back. Go ahead, baby.
You go ahead.
Hey, people want to see you in the video because you're so beautiful. Oh man, Fatima's looking so beautiful today. Hello, my friend. Come on through. Let me get out of your way. How are you? Folks, he got a heavy load of charcoal there. And so does this gentleman here. So I'm doing my best to get out of the way on the side of this hill. Just cross paths at a bad spot. First gentleman's got 2 bags. This guy's got 3. All I could do is get up on that hill and try to get out of their way. I'm sitting here sweating, carrying a damn Sony AX100. But truth be told, I'm probably only humping 30 pounds worth of gear, 35. Them dudes are carrying about 150. At least 100. All right, just to give you a view here. You hear the rushing water to my left. And if anybody's been to these waterfalls before, by all means, leave some comments down below. So you sit here and talk to people about things like this, and they just talk. I'm talking about the foreigners. Oh yeah, there's some waterfalls up there. They act like they've been, they ain't never been. Nobody knows shit about these waterfalls. If they did, this would be a popular tourist attraction, I'm sure. Look around, more bamboo. Wetting out them 5 beers I drank earlier. If I can mind, didn't make me no breakfast this morning. She's trying to starve me out. Baby, you trying to starve me? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. She made me a good cup of coffee this morning. Had my coffee and my beers.
Alright, let me catch up on the comments here. We were talking about GoPros for a second. Yeah, I can't recommend GoPro. I hate to say that because of the history of GoPro and everything, but they failed to focus on the main thing, the one most important thing about a camera, and that's when you push the record button, it has to go to work and be reliable. And that was and is the big problem with GoPro. The footage looks great, the audio is great, but everyone I've had has glitched, lost footage, had produced jacked up footage, glitches, just all kind of problems. That's why I had to switch over to DJI, because it's reliable. So they, you know, it's just one of those things. You can look at the history of that company. They had a, you know, big fiasco when they tried to produce those drones, and the drones started falling out of the sky. But you know, it's just one of those things where, like, the good idea fairy and trying to keep up and push new features out in your product, and guess what? They failed to do the basic thing that the their product is designed to do: record video reliably. So anyhow, yeah, I can't recommend that. You got to go with the DJI. We've got the Action 4. What are they out up to the 5? And my main camera when I roll out of the house is the Osmo Pocket 3. That's the best camera for YouTube with the DJI mic minis right now. Okay, so sightsee. Society did break down. You saw the future. I must have made a comment or something. Let's see. Yeah, Filipinos love hiking with those shower shoes. Yeah, you know, us Americans, we go hiking, camping, we got to have all this gear. I mean, I'm humping camera gear, but even if I wasn't carrying all that camera gear, I got a backpack with all kind of gear and gadgets and footwear and all this. Our guide, he didn't know he was going to do this. What did he do? He grabbed a sundong and said, let's go. He ain't got no water, nothing. That's what he's been wearing all day. No preparation. Let's see. Got JXX in the house. How you doing, my friend? And Slug to the chest. Do we still go out hiking? You know, we do a lot of walking. We do a lot of walking. Of course, you know, our walk to the village, that was sort of our hike. But not really, since we left Barrio Barreto. All these little adventures of hiking up in the mountains and going on these little treks, it just sort of went away because of where we live. You know, there we just fire up the trike. You're right there in Barrio Barreto. You know, you got Subic Bay, and then you're like surrounded by a bowl of mountains. There's always somewhere to go. I'm sort of making excuses because I could do the same thing here. It just is not as convenient as it was over there. So and that's one of the reasons we always walked into the village. You know, getting there is the biggest part of the adventure. So we would always walk into the village. But since we left Barreto, not as many of these types of adventures. Okay, so Sightsee says, you said if society were to break down, this would be the perfect place. And like a few months later, bam. Wow. Yeah, and then what's funny is Barrio Barreto was the best place if you were in this country during that time. You know, even living on the other side of the river was not good. But you got on that side of the river, lived in Barrio Barreto, life was pretty damn good during that madness. Alright, so let's continue on. Headed towards Tibag Falls.
So it was a good morning. But I said, you know what? We never solved the mystery of Lake Gogo. So today we're going to solve it. It was beautiful weather. Oh yeah. Take a look through there. Got little pools of water through here. Alright, now be careful. That's a broke bone right there. Wrong step. And here at this big oak tree. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Like a open little prairie. Imagine building a house right here on that little prairie, that little grassy knoll in the middle of the stream. Look at that. Wow. This has got to be one of the most beautiful. Baby, let's buy this. We're going to put a house right there. Beautiful. What you think? Right, write somebody a check. Let's buy it. All right, let's go.
You want some?
I'm okay, baby. Oh, just check this out. Put a log cabin out here. You're literally in this bowl. You're in a bowl of mountains right by this little mountain stream amongst huge trees. banana trees. There's another little stream. Oh shit. Now, any of you rich cats, don't come out here and buy this shit out from under me. I spotted it. I got dibs on it. Let's figure out who owns it.
Now see, that's a good adventure right there. Is to go back to that spot and see if somebody scooped it up or built a house or put some behind Kubas out there. But what just a beautiful piece of property in those mountains next to that stream. And as you see, there's not many people up there. Not many people up there. We're, you know, when we got out of that trike, that was the end of the road. So obviously the farther you go away, it's just not many people up there. If you look close, do you see any trash? Not much trash. You know, in this country here, it's pretty easy to see where people go. All you got to do is look down. If there's trash, okay, that's, you know, being Captain Obvious. But maybe I take her on a hike back up there just to see if anybody has built on that little piece of property there. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
On the way back, I'll pop a grid there. My memory card is coming up on 19 minutes. Hopefully that'll get us to the falls. Then I may have to swap over to the Osmo Pocket or steal the SIM card out of there. Yes, I only have 2 micro SD cards. I ordered 2 more. One got lost and another one, Best Buy didn't put it in the damn bag, so it didn't make it here. But I got some SD cards on the way to solve that problem. You buy SD cards and stuff over here in Southeast Asia, a lot of times they're bullshit. Like if you buy a 128 gig, you get it home and open it up and it's like a 32 gig. So I don't buy, try not to buy memory cards. I'm not saying you can't get them, but I just got burned a couple times before on bogus merchandise. So I just order my shit, those memory cards from the States. Oh. Now we're back on climb elevation here. Just a little stair stepper.
Okay, just a couple comments. Should build a spot there in case of the next pandemic. You know, if there is any saber rattling about another lockdown or what have you, folks, you got to get out of here. Okay, you don't want to be here if there's any other type of lockdown like that. If they start saber rattling, my best advice: get to the airport and get out of here. Where's the rally point? Anywhere but here. It's the worst place in the entire globe to be during that lockdown. So if there's any more even talk or saber rattling about that, you get off the X and wait and see what happens. You don't want to get stuck here like we were. Fatima stole the last goats. I don't know what happened to them goats. There's a lot of goats in the village. They probably all belong to me, for all I know. I'm not looking to invest in any more goats. And when I did invest in those goats, I knew it was monopoly money. It was throwaway money. It's just worth the story. Okay, continuing on.
It's got a little bamboo fence up here, I guess, marking their territory. See little bitty minnows. It's got little minnows in these. Hopefully the GoPro's not glitching. Yeah, this video is long and it's real time. A lot of my folks, you'll never be able to make it here where I'm at, because you were here back in the 70s, 80s. And your time to hike these hills is come and gone, but I'm taking you right along with me, my friends. You don't got to leave the sanctity of your living room. Holy shit, now look how clear this water is. I mean, it looks a little dark, but I think that's from the mud. But the water itself is just clear as can be. Now right here, we're gonna have to get our feet wet. But this gentleman, he's gonna move a rock for us. That's why you get a guide right there. We're not scared to get our feet wet, folks, but if he's gonna go through all that work. Careful, baby. Good job, honey. All right, let's see if the foreign guy can do this without busting his ass. Whoa. Get that good and stable. All right, yeah. Woo. Look at that, folks. Folks, I am nimble. I'm nimble as a cat. I got the direction of a cat. I'm nimble like a cat. Keep pushing. And I'm telling you, the walk. Whoa, baby. Hold on. Let me help you. Oh, you got it? Okay. Got our bun caught up in there.
You'll see how happy Fatima was back then. How positive and smiling. And just, like, you know, miss congeniality. Man, I miss those days.
This is really just a walk. So I think at this point, if anybody wants to go take any excursions like this, I would bring you here. I would not take you up Mystery Mountain, because it's a little bit of difficulty.
Yeah, Scott. The kids could make it, but they'd have to. The best way to do it is just hand them, you know, carry them across the river. If we just carried them across the river, they could make it. But I don't recommend taking kids up there, because at the end, when we get to the falls, those rocks are just like coated with grease. I mean, I don't know what it is. I guess it's some type of fungus or whatever, but it's just like somebody put Crisco all over those rocks. So as a whole, yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend bringing kids. Could they get there? Yeah, but slipping around those rocks, that's the only problem, as you'll see coming up.
That might be too much for most people sitting down on the bar stool, Barrio Barreto. But you can certainly make this trek. Certainly. We're clipping it out. But if you just come up here and take this leisurely stroll, anybody can make this. I just realized something. Fatima, where did you get those new tennis shoes? Did you get those at Divvy Mart? Where? Huh? See, when Fatima gets busted out when she's been unauthorized shopping, she starts talking and you can't understand what she's saying. So you ask her a question, she'll just kind of respond in Bisaya and hope that you don't ask it again. So, Fatima, did you get those at Divvy Mart? Huh? No lagay. What's that mean? She's so pretty, folks. Such a good mother. Best wife #1 I've ever had. She'll probably retain that position for quite some time unless she yaks the king. I'll have to downgrade her to #2 and I'll upgrade at least to #1. Oh. Her BFF, her best friend forever.
Never.
Folks, we're still rolling. They wouldn't lie when they said it was about a 30-minute hump. And we ain't there yet, but it's gonna be a good 30-minute hump.
Yeah, so talking about her shoes, I think she looks just so cute in a pair of tennis shoes like that. You know, like her fashion right there, that's pretty much my fashion advice. I think she looks cute like that. But nowadays, she's taking over her own fashion, walking around wearing slippers and, you know, baggy shirts and, you know, but back then she actually listened to my fashion advice. So she's looking beautiful today because of old single dad's expert tutelage.
Oh my goodness, more running water. This one looks like it's got stepping stones all the way across. Be careful, baby. Take it slow. Careful.
My name is Ashley Puyol. I am the founder of a small company.
So I'm not logged in, so I get hit with an ad over there. Okay. Get her back going here. Here we go.
There. I can tell you right now, there's no way you'd find this place without a guide. There's just too many different trails and too many different routes. I done made the same mistake that I made on the mountain. I've got this camera backpack on and I'm sweating so bad. I'm just praying that the sweat don't go through to the camera compartment. It's just convenient because it's a camera, you know, it's set up for photography stuff. And my Arc'teryx Breeze, my main pack, is not set up for it. But maybe what I do is just take this photography backpack, stick it down in the Breeze. That way I'm not worried about getting the contents wet from my fat bag of donuts sweating all over it. Now we both shared a Coke, but we ain't none of us carrying water. The sorry store didn't have any water, but that's no excuse why we don't have water on this trip. But we're not gonna die because there's water all around. Now there's some folks that live there. Their dog's gonna come out and investigate us. See some roosters. So there's a couple little houses out here. And we're back across the stream again. Okay. This guy's got it going on. Just walk across there. And this baby, where my feet get wet. Shit, folks. This is just a little shaky here. I think I need to hit that rock. Okay, my friend, ready? I'm gonna stand on this rock and this one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now try to hit this one. Okay. All right, now where to? Here. Right there. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Folks, my feet are still dry as a bone. These are waterproof hiking shoes by Merrell, but they're not 100%. Plus they're old and broken in and the seal's kind of broken. But you get a brand new pair of these, they're pretty damn waterproof. For, you know, like an inch of standing water. They're called the Moab 2s. The ones I got have the liner that's proprietary to Merrell, but I recommend the Gore-Tex. Get the Moab 2s with the Gore-Tex. They'll predominantly keep your feet wet. Oh, not wet. They'll keep your feet dry, especially walking around the streets in all the standing water and sewage. You go to my website under travel resources. There's a link to these there. If you're interested. All right, it's like we're in the middle of sunshine here. So he's gonna take us around another direction. Water here. And folks, you see Fatima sweating a little bit. I'm sweating about 100 times that.
Okay, folks, I'm back. Let me catch up on the comments here. Let's see. Hey, Photo Dave. Jeremy, how you doing, from Missouri? Let's see. Jay says, if you meet a skinny Filipina, she'll be average after being with you, the foreign guy. Meet one that's average, she will end up being fat. And meet a chubby one, and she will be the whole house. Okay. Let's see. And someone stole those shoes, if I remember. I think those are the ones that fell off the trike. And folks, that's a long story, but we were moving. And basically all our shoes, 50, 60, 70 pair of shoes, and a huge box come up missing. It was a huge mystery. And a little birdie later on told me what happened to the shoes. The mystery was solved, but not until somebody finally broke and told me what everybody else around us already knew. But that's another story.
And this is another don't do as we did.
Okay, folks, stop the press.
Hello.
Stop the press. Got the beautiful Filipino wife number 2 coming in here, bringing me some. What'd you bring me, baby? Some Four Seasons. Okay, hand it over here. Put it in my hand. I don't want to strain myself. Stretch them right here. I want to stretch my back. So, baby, everybody has just made a few observations. I mean, it's before the lockdown. We obviously were a lot younger and a lot skinnier. And you were so much nicer back then. You were so much nicer back then, Pumpkin. What happened? I mean, you talked so nice. You were so happy, so smiling. Boom! Dale box 1 off the top ropes of the octagon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you so much. So, are you watching the show downstairs? Do you see how? Which side do you want? Pick a side, cause I can't see it. Okay, you stay on that side, cause I gotta put the box there. My gosh. So, you were so nice and soft-spoken and like Miss Congeniality back then. You were a very happy pumpkin.
I'm still young at the time.
Now, most days, these days, a lot of times you're a grumpy pumpkin. What happened? Why did you get grumpy?
Grumpy, you're grumpy old man, guys.
Nah, she didn't cut her hair. Put your hair down, baby. People think you got a big haircut. Put your hair down. Show your beauty. Let's showcase your beauty. See, back then, pumpkin, you would showcase your beauty. Now, you like the middle-aged housewife.
You, sama ka.
What? Okay. Well, could you work on, going back to, the way you talk? You watch this video and study it, and I want you to go back to that, if you can, by tonight.
No.
That would be great.
Nah.
Is there a reason you're so grumpy these days?
You grumpy too.
I'm pretty happy these days.
No, you're not.
I don't know. Maybe get you a prescription for something.
You yak niya, yak too. Gusto ko.
Well, you yak. I got a taxi. You lose. That's why you lose your piggy bank. You get this girl a prescription for something like.
I still have piggy bank, but you don't know where I put.
I'm gonna find it.
No,
Okay,
no, you can.
baby, you left the door to the studio open. Now I'm gonna sweat. I was freezing. Now I'm gonna sweat. Can you close the door?
I'm still reading. What? Which made you?
She's still the star of the show. Yeah, she's a star of the show, but she used to be a lot more gentle, a lot more happy, a lot nicer back then.
See, bye-bye.
Yeah, go ahead. You interrupted my live stream here.
Oh, you're the one who calling me. I want chips.
Okay, that's enough. I guess. Folks, you gotta have these radios. Okay? You got an old lady? Pumpkin. Oh, sorry about that. Gotta have radios. Back to the show.
If you're gonna come out here early in the morning. Don't show up here at noon, the heat of the day, and start humping. You know, she's young, this gentleman's young. It's not hurting them. And I'm invincible, so it ain't hurting me. But it's much better if you come out here in the morning time. Sun's coming up and we start this little trek. This gentleman said we're close, but I don't hear it. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say one more time, don't try this trek without a guide, without a local guide. All right, looks like we're gonna cut through here. This shit right here is reminding me of the backwoods of Mississippi.
Yeah,
Cutting through
Australian
damn
guy.
blackberry patches. Folks, people will tell you you can't go on these treks because they say there's too much vegetation. Well, there is a lot of vegetation, but you can go on these treks. You don't really have to have a machete. It's just not that bad. Because we're walking on paths. We're not breaking bush. We're not trailblazing. We're not pathfinding. We're walking along established trails. You don't need a machete. And she should have wore her some long pants because this grass is gonna cut the hell out of her legs. And this GoPro, we're down to 5 minutes on the memory card, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is so hot. Between the sun and the battery, you can fry an egg on this thing. But it seems to be still going. Beautiful, walking along this little stream. Also beautiful walking behind my old lady. She's so pretty. You see how quickly they disappear from view? They're literally like 10 meters in front of me. And they totally disappear in this thick vegetation. Again, there's a trail. I'm not saying you can't cross it, but that's how thick the vegetation is. If you're out here, make sure you stay close to your party. It's easy to lose each other out here. See, look at there, they're gone. Like the ice wand got them. All right, folks, I'm down to 4 minutes, but this GoPro is so hot, it started glitching. I could actually see it glitching on the screen, and it locked up. I had to restart it. Huh? All right, let's go. I'm ready. What, you got to pee too? Oh. Maybe I'm a man, we can piss anywhere. We don't even have to stop. We just piss as we walk. Yeah, so folks, the GoPro's coming to the end of the memory card. Now the battery life is still at 38% on battery number 2. But I'm gonna tell you, again, between shooting 4K, The fact that I've had this thing going for a couple hours now in the sun, how could it not be glitching? Because I think what would happen, well, I know what would happen if I had that piece of shit RX 100 by Sony. It would shut down. It'll just thermal shut down and you got a brick. I mean, that thing's just a useless piece of shit. Cost me $1,500 on the whole purchase. Waste of money down the tubes. So this GoPro is still kicking it. So I guess if it glitches a couple times, it's probably just because the camera is just getting way too hot. And instead of doing a thermal shutdown, it just motors on.
Okay, a couple things. You know, when you get a camera, it's all about reliability. If that thing overheats after 10 minutes, it's useless. It's a brick. That's what I'm talking about. My Sony RX 100 takes great photos, great footage, but you put it on 4K, it'll overheat in 5-6 minutes. Okay. Are there ticks in the Philippines? Yes, there's ticks here. Now, up until about a year ago, I don't think I'd ever seen a tick. So, with us humping through these woods, never got a tick. If I did, I don't remember it. It's not like where, being out at Camp Lejeune, come in at night, you're picking ticks off of you for an hour. We went on these treks, never got any ticks, right? Never saw any ticks. Going to humping to her village, never saw any ticks. But if y'all seen that video where I rented that little house next door for, what was it, $43 a month? Great deal on the little house. Nothing wrong with the little house. But in the video, I think I showed that old dog that was hanging out on the front porch there. For whatever reason, that's where he loved to hang out. Well, there was an infestation of ticks right there on the wall. There were just hundreds of them. And it was because of that dog. But up until that point, I don't think I'd ever had any problem with ticks here in all of our travels and mountain climbing, hiking, trekking. It was not like walking through the woods, the backwoods of Mississippi, where you're going to get some ticks on you. So anyhow, until that dog infested that little area with ticks, I just never even thought about it. But yeah, there's ticks.
All right, folks, I'm gonna just do short clips until we get there. Almost out of memory space. What's it do if I have to pee? What does that mean?
If somebody...
Is that to make sure the aswang don't get me? Huh?
That's different.
Well, why I gotta see tubit when I gotta pee? Folks, somebody explain that to me down in the comments. If I gotta pee, I'm supposed to say tubit, wala la la. Thicker into the jungle, folks. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
All right, hey MLS 515, how you doing? Hey Jacob. Yeah, if you're gonna take a pee, you gotta say tabit. It's something about so you don't, I don't know, pee on the ghost or the goblins or the aswangs. I don't know. All I know is that if we're out and about trekking, whatever, say tabit before you take a 10-100, or your Filipino wife is gonna yak you.
There's a big ass rock right here. My goodness. Beautiful bird just flew through. Black with a red craw. With a flying rooster. Hello, my friend. How are you? Look at this big rock, folks.
right, boom, Diana Gianetto. Thank you very much, Diana. Thank you so much.
Miss Jones, nice little backpack there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're here in waterfalls, my friends. I may run out of space before we get there, but I got 2 backup cameras. Whew. "28 seconds left." All right, folks, got 37 seconds left. Maybe the GoPro will be able to capture the waterfalls. Look at that, folks, beautiful. This moss on this rock. That water's crystal clear. And I gotta ask this gentleman if he thinks there's any leeches in here. I'm not sure. Okay, made it across. Still pushing. All right, folks, a big ass rock. Still pushing. Bro, gotta swap over to DJI Osmo Pocket. Boom! Peace out, GoPro. All right, folks. Now we're shooting on the DJI Osmo Pocket 4K at 30 with internal audio turned all the way up and switching over to first-person view. Okay, baby, let's go. Got a lot of ants on this particular rock. Go, baby. This is beautiful here. But the GoPro ran out of memory card space and it was getting so hot. That damn thing was getting so hot, folks. It was time to shut it down for a while. It was about to melt between the length of recording and the sun. That thing was, it was time to take a break. I took a spill back there because I'm going to tell you, these rocks with these leaves are so slippery. And this gentleman's got a lot of patience with me because I'm sitting here filming. And we still got to go around this bend right here. What do you think? Here? Here or here? Right here? Can you give this to her? Too slippery. Get to the hole. Thank you very much, brother. And folks, I know that's piss poor. This gentleman's humping in flip-flops, and I've got on $150 shoes, but I'm also carrying a load twice that gentleman's age. Go, baby. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Good grip on those rocks. And folks, at this point, there's no way you're gonna keep your feet dry. Yeah.
Where you want to go? Here or there?
Let's go that way, baby. We're gonna get wet. Nah, somebody will fall. Just go that way. We're gonna get wet. It's okay. We'll get wet. We'll have to deal with it. Just go low and get wet. And folks, just gotta make sure I'm not going too low where this damn gear bag gets wet. All right, and I'm rolling across. Yeah, as long as I don't get the bottom of that bag wet, I will certainly dry out, but the bag don't need to get wet on this one. Whew, but I'll tell you what, that's nice and cool. That water's so clear. But actually, we needed that. I needed to cool off. I feel like I could do this hump 2 more times now since I got in the cold water.
Okay, let me let's see. The Mighty P Man said I'd be panning for some gold. You know, when we posted this video, one of y'all out there sent us a message and said basically the same thing. Sent some money on PayPal to buy a a gold pan. So we actually ordered one. We bought one off of I think I ordered it off Lazada. Anyhow, so we got the gold pan. We just never actually went up there and executed and tried it out. And I can't remember who it was, but the way y'all talked, you saw something in this footage that said, hey, go up there and pan for gold. Something, the reason, the way the curvature of the stream and the sediment, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what y'all wrote, but yeah, because nobody's been up there. I mean, the whole time we're hiking up there, we saw the Kuyas carrying a couple rice sacks, and we saw the one guy that was up there hunting for birds. And it was pretty much pristine up there.
All right, back to tilt lock. I hope this audio is okay. Speaking right into this microphone. Okay, hold on, Fatima. I will get your help on this one. Careful. Oh my goodness. So when you switch cameras, there's different audio levels. Just give you a look right here. Whoa, shit. She ain't lying. That one right there is like dog shit. This rock right here, that's like slick dog shit. Oh, shit. I'm about to fuck up. Down on some sturdy rocks. All right, folks. So we're coming up to the culmination of this little hike.
Okay, boom. SB Gator off the top ropes. Gifted 5 Overstay Road memberships. We add that to the broadcast there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for doing so. Folks, these rocks, whatever that algae is that I just showed, it's not that green stuff, but it's like that rock which is covered with that dark colored algae. It's like grease. It's absolutely like grease, and that's why you can't you can't recommend this unless you're pretty nimble. If you're not pretty nimble, and I don't recommend taking kids up there because of that. And if you're going to go up there to a place like this, you got to take some locals with you. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about the safety of going on these hikes. If you haven't been there many times before, take some local guides. I don't remember at the end of the show, we'll show you what we tipped this gentleman, but anybody will go and guide you for 300-400 pesos. Kids, a couple hundred pesos, whatever. But don't go by yourself. And if you're not nimble, don't go to places like this. Because what happens if you slip, bust your head wide open in a place like this? And I thought about this the other day because of the floods in Texas. I was just watching this video clip, where the helicopters were landing and, letting people out to safety. You got to realize when you leave America, you're not in Kansas anymore. Okay? So if old single dad were to go down between one of them rocks and bust his head wide open, you're not going to dial 911 and have a helicopter drop a basket through the trees and you get life flighted to a trauma center. It don't work like that in most places outside of places like the United States, right? In the US, you're gonna have people coming to help you. All right, boom, SV Gator off the top ropes again. All right, thank you very much. Got to send you an email pertaining to livestock availability. Thank you very much, my friend. And folks, okay, what happened initially is he gifted 5 memberships. And let's see, Rick D, Alex, Hank, Dangerous Dave, and Black Dog 68 received a free membership. Now, I think it's all random by YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, and I think you have to have that setting turned on where you can accept memberships. So if you didn't get one, it's all randomly assigned by YouTube. I don't have anything to do with it. The computer, the algorithm does that. So again, thank you very much, SV Gator, for doing so. Hey Irma, how you doing? Okay. Oh, and he says, yeah, it's random. Okay. So understand that if you get injured in treks like this, a helicopter's not coming to get you. Okay. How are you going to get out of there if I were to fall, or if somebody breaks a bone? Well, we're going to walk back out all the way to that elementary school where we started. We're going to self-rescue. There's nobody coming. I can't remember if we had a cell signal at this point or not, but it's big boy rules when you go on treks and adventures like this. And I think that's where a lot of foreigners get in trouble. One of the reasons, they get in trouble because they're in that mindset with that safety net. Oh, I can dial 911. They're going to come rescue me. You leave America, it's not always like that. So I just bring that up. Again, if you're going to take these adventures, it's always good to take locals. It's pennies on the dollar to pay them to be your guide, to go with you. You're putting money in their pocket, and it's a safety net in case you twist an ankle or what have you. They can help you get out of there. So there you go. And I guess I throw that out there because I don't want people trying to take their kids up there on a picnic, somebody busting their head and say, oh, it's my fault, Got to throw the disclaimer and the safety briefing out there. Serve up the legal cheese. Hey Stan, how you doing? Hello AR from LA. Got LA on station. Alright, let's continue. Now when you grab these trees, realize that there are some big ass ants. Fuck. Ah. Woo! We made it, folks. We're on top of the world. So here's your waterfalls. And obviously it keeps going, but I think we're gonna call this is gonna call the end of our trip. There's a little swimming hole down there. Now, what I think, Fatima, is that behind these waterfalls, there's Yamashita's gold. Yeah, I didn't tell you I know that. You have to swim underneath the waterfalls and go behind the waterfalls, and there's Yamashita's Japanese gold. Alright folks, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this little hiking video. I am not going to be filming on the way back because I need all my wit and all my limbs to get back down on this thing without busting my ass again. I've already busted my ass a couple times in the interest of photography. So I want to say thank you for joining the beautiful, come here baby. Ha. Let's see, this damn thing's holding my face. Baby, you got to get close to get in the picture here. Thanks for joining the beautiful Fatima and I on this little adventure, folks. There we go. And
Here we are. What's the name of these? Tibag? Tibag. Coming to you from Tibag Falls, my friends. Tibag Falls here outside of Barrio Barreto here in the Philippines. Wonderful hike. And I want to thank our guide. Thank you very much, my friend, for bringing us here. Thank you. And folks, Fatima has spotted fish down here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're good sized fish. Coming out from these rocks. I mean, these are, now those are about the size of brims that I'm seeing right now. But I saw one come out. I mean, they're good sized panfish. You could literally do some fishing right here and eat those fish. Here we go again, talking about it's easier to come up this than it is to go down it.
We're going out?
I'll see the fish and then we'll go. Ah. So folks, I don't know if you can get a look at these fish here or not. But the gentleman said, yeah, you can eat these fish, no problem. Delicious. He's not sure what kind of fish they are. I can't see the fish. All I see is this big booty right here. All right, so pretty good little hike here to get to these falls.
That was also seeing into the future, a prediction that came true.
Worth it for us, but it's time for us to head back. You ready, baby? You're gonna get plenty of chances to wash your feet, trust me. Oh, she said wash her face. That's actually a good idea. Cool off in this little mountain stream. All right, my friend, we're ready to roll. Oh, go this way? Ah, okay. All right, so the gentleman's saying we don't have to go back that way. We can go around. Go this way, honey. Follow the kuya. Folks, when I took a spill, I may have broke my big tripod. I'm not sure. That thing got smacked on a rock. We'll have to assess the battle damage. I'm hoping this big camera, but in the end, I didn't get it out because it's taking longer than I thought to get over here. So, I'm just gonna get down and crawl.
Okay, a couple points. Number one, it's Captain Obvious, but you're going on these little hikes and adventures. Start out in the morning, okay? Now we're just kind of messing around, but if you know you're going to do one of these hikes, start out in the morning in case something goes wrong or what have you, because you certainly don't want to be trying to get back at night. You don't want to be crawling across those rocks at night, my goodness. So make sure you start your journey out in the morning. Okay, what was the other point I was talking about? Oh, wearing a pair of white pants. You know, those things probably pretty sure that they got stained up to the point that you couldn't wear them to church anymore. So probably not the ideal color pants to be wearing while hiking.
As long as I'm crawling, I'm not falling. Oh, go ahead. Go, I'll just crawl, my friend. They laugh at me. I'm not afraid to get dirty. As long as I'm crawling. As long as you're crawling, you ain't falling. Maybe I'll make a t-shirt that says that. As it pertains to mountain climbing. Oh, oh shit! Oh, wow. Whew. Okay, you see that? Okay, so that resulted in a small injury. Oh shit. Okay, just go. Let me get low. Folks, I'm turning this off till I get out of here. I took a little bit of battle damage on that one, my friends. This is a problem. This is the problem when you're shooting on the DJI Osmo Pocket. You can't figure out if you've got it in tilt lock, first person view, follow. You're constantly looking at the damn camera. Make sure it's pointed where you need to point it. And that's where the GoPro has the advantage. You just point that GoPro in a general direction, sort of like a shotgun, and you know that you're going to capture the footage. With this guy, you got to be more selective and pay attention. When it comes to action cams, you want to be paying attention to the fucking rocks, where you're putting your feet and not the damn camera. That's a perfect example. I don't need no stitches, but I may get a little blood on my white pants. It ain't gonna come out. So I'm not worried about the angle now, folks. You'll have to deal with whatever comes out on the video. I'm holding this in my hand, but I'm looking at the rocks. Old lady's so worried about me now. Just gotta stay low. No, go. This damn tripod's gonna hang up on this vegetation. Sometimes shit just don't go as planned. Now we're in a low light situation right now under this canopy. But what I can see on this tiny little screen, this Osmo Pocket is doing a jam up job. With the
So camera talk right quick. You know, on this particular hike, if it's raining, obviously the action cam works real well. But where it doesn't work real well, these action cams in low light, they just go to grain, right? They're just grainy. So it's pretty dark underneath this canopy, but I'm shooting on the Osmo Pocket 1, and that's why the footage is pretty good. You know, it's not an action cam. It's not gonna be able to drop that thing in the water or drop it on the ground. But if you're trying to decide what type of camera system to get, like if you're doing any low light, go with that Osmo Pocket. If you're just doing daytime running gun stuff, well, it don't really matter. But had I been filming on the GoPro during this portion right here, you would barely be able to see the footage.
low light. This is where the GoPro would fall apart. Sun's went down a little bit. You got all this damn vegetation. Shit. And so with the vegetation on the sides, that algorithm on the GoPro, it just falls apart with the low light. The good thing is my feet are already wet. So crossing these streams, I'm not bebopping them fucking rocks like Frogger. I'm just gonna wade across. Wade across like Jesus. But I'll tell you this, those ladies weren't lying when they said you need a guide. They weren't lying when they said it was 30 minutes. See, look at that. I ain't even trying to balance on top of these damn rocks. I'm coming across this joker. It's like Jesus walking on water. Except I'm not walking on water. Oh shit! Oh, folks, it'd be lucky if I make it out of here without busting my head wide open. I'm gonna tell you, I can't no longer recommend this trip all the way to the waterfalls. It just gets too technical when you start getting on those rocks and somebody's gonna get hurt. I'll recommend the walk to the first stream. You can take your Filipina to the first stream, take some great photographs, and then call it a day. So I just rescinded the king's recommendation to go all the way to these falls. Just watch this video and you'll see. Oh, I'm gonna need a Red Horse to deal with a little bit of this pain in my right knee. I'm gonna sue the producer over my injuries on the set. Cool off period here. Let's talk about this comment I got today on my website. It'd be more interesting. This Filipina, so she says she's a Filipina, sends me a message and says that her brother-in-law sounds like a lazy turd. Her brother-in-law is living with a girl, Filipina, who's married, and the Filipina has 5 kids. But the Filipina has this American boyfriend, typical LDR situation. The dude comes twice a year and supporting her and her kids, and when they come they do the family thing, take family trips. And the minute this guy goes back to America, you know, the boyfriend comes home. You know, it's a typical thing. The local guy, he tolerates the foreign guy, you know, banging out his lady a couple times a year because they're getting a free check every month. I guess the foreign guy's talking about taking them to America and this and that. He's got no clue. And he's not going to take this chick to America. She's married from another guy. It ain't going to happen. You're not going to take that girl and her 5 kids, married woman. You're not going to get a visa for her, brother. But anyhow, read the comments on my website. I'll put the link to that article down in the description. And she was asking for advice, you know, how to tell this guy. Should she tell the guy? Folks, those situations are just so damn common, and it's not just here. Take any country in the world. Take any person from any other country that thinks he has this long distance relationship with a local girl. He shows up there on his 2 holidays every year, dreaming about retirement. Gonna retire, move in with his wife, and that's when you're gonna get a rude awakening. A lot of people are, because they're gonna realize the entire time you've known the girl, she has a local boyfriend. He lives with her. Every night when you're Skyping with her, he's in the other room
drinking Red Horse off your money. She's telling you that she loves you. The minute you hang up the Skype, you know, dude's banging her out. And again, he just tolerates the foreign guy showing up twice a year. It's just an inconvenience to their lifestyle. And the unsuspecting foreign dude, he don't know. He don't got a clue. Shit happens every day. Every damn day here. Not just here. Pick a country. Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Central America, South America. All of these chicks that dudes are sending money to on a monthly basis. They all got boyfriends. They got local boyfriends that live with them. The boyfriend just disappears twice a year when a foreign guy shows up. I mean, I could talk about this subject till I'm blue in the face, but dudes don't listen. You know, I used to be in with these old land whales over in the West, and they come, you know, name a country, find a younger. I mean, this girl ain't no young girl. She got 5 kids. You know, find a beautiful younger girl. Suddenly become Captain Sabaho. You got no idea what you're getting into. So anyhow, I replied to her comment, and I want to thank. I think her name was Marquis. Thanks for your comment. Every time that somebody leaves a comment like that, or we have a discussion, maybe we're reaching out to one poor soul, you know, with a good heart, who's basically getting shit on. And maybe he wakes up and comes back down to reality and realizes he's being taken for a ride by a married woman and her new boyfriend. And maybe he can figure it out and then find a girl that will really be true to him. Yeah, folks, I want to thank everybody for joining us on our little trek. Ended up, you know, didn't bust out the big camera, do any filming. And I think that was the best call. If we had, we'd have been there for an extra hour. Then we got a little bit too late, a little bit too dark, taking a little bit too much of a risk on the rain coming down on our heads. Folks, earlier I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was electrical cable. That's the water line. It's got a little leak to it. All right. Oh, that's deep. Folks, just like that, we're back at our starting point. Where's that for us, G? How you doing, Francis? You okay?
Okay.
Yeah, had a good time.
Ano, maganda? Maganda?
Here's for us, G. Hey, buddy.
Nangyari sa'yo dito?
All right, folks, just thank Lexter. We negotiated 200. I gave him 500. It was well worth it. Thank you very much, my friend. We'll see you on the next time. All right, let me just plot this right quick. So if you go back to the video, we stopped and talked to the gentleman at the... All right, so just a second. So, you know, the Kuya wanted 200 pesos. That's like $4. Okay, giving him 500. He's happy. We're happy. But, you know, like a couple times going up the mountain, we had 2 or 3 young guys go with us. You know, you put money in their pocket, pennies on the dollar. If you end up falling, whatever, or need some help carrying your gear, you got somebody there. Okay, so me go to the comments, and then we're just going to show you on the map where the place was, and I think where we ended up. So Photo Dave was talking about doing photo shoots on a rocky beach, jumping from rock to rock for different angles. I reached an age where I realized I just couldn't take those risks like when I was younger. Well, that's a good point, man, because you know, like this little adventure we just went on, those rocks were just so slippery. Where other places I've been, it hadn't had that algae growing on them. And older, you know, we just don't take falls like we used to, and we certainly can't recover if we get injured like we used to. So yeah, I got to be more concerned with that as well. All right, boom. Mark Beaushire, thank you very much. Great to see you doing live chats. Love the content. You're a good bloke and a great dad. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, so I'll just show you this stuff on the map here.
Recycling center, where it was, the waste, the dump, recycling, whatever the hell that place was. Well, we got the directions from the gentleman. That's right here. Okay, so they were standing right here, and they told us, no, you've got to go back, and you've got to come up to, I'll pop that grid in a second, to go to the waterfalls. And of course, we're asking about this Lake Gogo. So basically, if we had just keep motoring on along that little dirt road, we would have come right up here and, you know, been able to just stop the tricycle, and we would have been right here at Lake Gogo, whatever this elusive thing is here. And again, you know, I don't see no damn lake. So when you see where they told us to turn around, and then let me change to where. All right, so we were there. We turned around, took the fork in the road, and we ended up here at the elementary school. You can see that's the elementary school. And then we, you know, started out down that path. And basically, we were just bebopping upstream on the Mataan River. Now here's the question, because my dumbass didn't pull a grid when we got up to these waterfalls, which seemed to be somewhere in here. So the question is, were we at Lake Gogo? The bottom of those falls, was that Lake Gogo what people are plotting? Somebody has plotted here on this Google map, or not? Because this is the river. This is what we were bebopping left and right. But I'm not 100% certain as to how far we went up by looking at these photographs. So I don't know. Where we at? Were those waterfalls what people are calling? I don't know. Because my dumbass forgot to pull the GPS out and pop a grid at the waterfalls. But regardless, I think at this point, if I do make a third ride, I'm just going to take a motorbike. I'm going to motor up past those gentlemen that give us the directions. I mean, they did give us good directions to get to the waterfalls, but had we just kept motoring up this road, we wouldn't have had to hike. You know, assuming that the road is passable all the way to that point. We could have just motored up there and just a quick, probably 10 minutes to get to where that pin is. So folks, maybe the saga continues. It's still a beautiful area up in there, so why not? We'll go back, maybe just me and the old lady on a motorbike, and we'll motor all the way to the end of this thing, and then just hike over right there and see how it comes out. But we had a great time. And so the name of the falls that the ladies were talking about, that's not the same name of the falls as these folks. They told us it was called Tibag Falls. So who the heck knows? Either way, we had a great day great time exploring up there in the mountains. Just go back to the map view, show you where we were at. This is Barrio Beretta right here. There's Beloit Beach. And so, you know, once you cross the river right there, you're over on the Subic side. And just, you know, took that road up and just kept trucking all the way up to where we were at.
All right, folks. So there you go. That was our adventure back then. You know, again, that's 2019, before the lockdown, before all the madness happened, and you know, we did a lot of that stuff, just jumping in the trike and rolling out. So good times. But do I recommend, unless you're younger? Nah, it's a little bit too dangerous to go up there. I'll run the mountain climbing videos. Those are again, not technical climbs. It's a gut check to get to the top of that one mountain, but it's pretty interesting if you get up there. So I'll run those maybe this week. Some of the mountain climbing stuff. The one where we had to do the drone rescue. So I'll go to the chat now and just hang out for a minute. Answer some questions. Let's see. And then we'll go ahead and call it a night. I'm not doing 12 hours again. I will, but I'll have to set up a camera angle where I can stand up and walk around instead of just being glued to the chair here. Let's see. What's the most remote place or island y'all been to? You know, really no place that we've ever been has like really been too remote, because the place is just so populated. You know, it's not like you're gonna go up in the Rocky Mountains and get lost. Remote, I don't know. You know, Ceylon Inn Island. You know, we left out of Subic Bay. You go up one cove up there. You know, it's sort of remote. There's not a lot of people up there. It's just a beautiful place. So our little camping adventures up there to those coves. I'd say maybe that's the most remote place we've ever been. You know, it's hour and a half boat ride up there. You know, but it's just a lot different. You know, because this country is so densely populated, it's hard to like get off grid like that. There's people everywhere, right? Okay. As I get older, I understand how the gunslinger must have felt when he hung up his holster. Yeah, at some point, I've been talking to my buddy about that, you know, about retirement. One of the downsides to retirement is the psychological aspect of it, is having to hang up your gun, you know, having to hang up your holster when that's the lifestyle that you've known. And you know what? I don't need these headphones anymore. If there's any issues with the audio, just let me know. So, yeah, that's the thing about retirement. You know, I've written about it in my book. I call it freed slave syndrome. When you all of a sudden retire, it's sort of like getting out of prison. You know, you don't have a boss anymore. You don't have to go pee in a cup anymore. You're not punching the clock. You're not on the schedule. It takes a while to become accustomed to the freedom. And at first it's sort of scary because you're not used to that. You're used to that structure, especially if you're retiring from the military or the government. That freedom is sort of scary. It takes a while. Call it freed slave syndrome. It takes a while to adjust. And then if you're in a profession that you truly love and it's really a lifestyle, you know, like law enforcement, it's hard. It's hard to get out of that and realize that, hey, you went from being Captain so-and-so or Colonel so-and-so or whoever to you're just another retiree now. You know, it's a hard adjustment. That's part of life. Part of getting older. At some point, everybody, we got to hang up our guns and do something else. Move on to the next chapter in life. But it doesn't mean that it's easy. Okay. Hey, white rice, brown rice, how y'all doing? KF, how are you? And JXX made my day seeing baby Forrest G. Yeah, he was just chilling in that trike all day with Faye. And big shout out to Faye and Francis. Haven't seen y'all in the longest time. But we certainly miss Faye. Just a wonderful lady. Miss hanging out with Francis and our other buddy Jason. Our other trike driver that had the Lamborghini. We had some great times over there. And you know what? Maybe the next video I do is the beetle nut overdose with Ric Flair. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, because that's a classic too. And if you haven't watched that one, we basically went to the far side of Subic Bay. Back over there near Hanjin. And ended up, they were chewing on some beetle nut. He got into that, ate too much of it. Almost had a man down due to a beetle nut overdose. Then we got that handmade chopping block. I think that's the same trip. Yeah, that's the same trip, because that's where Ric Flair was negotiating down the price of the chopping block. And he was trying to, I don't know what he was trying to offer. He was trying to offer 50 pesos, 100 pesos. She wanted 200 or something like that. He said, look, have a heart. I fly business class. Anyhow, I got to run that one because that's a classic too. Yeah, turning off the alarm clocks. It's a transition. It's a transition, and when you disengage from that working 30 years, and then a month later, what have you, you punch out to a place like Southeast Asia. Now you're getting even more freedom compared to what life is like in America. What do a lot of dudes do? You don't know how to handle that freedom, so you just go to the bar every day and start drinking. And it's very easy to go along that path, spend a lot of money, just waste a lot of time. Boom, white rice, brown rice, off the top ropes. Thank you very much, my friends. So you just get locked into that routine of doing nothing but drinking every day, because you don't know what else to do. And I've said it many times, but the saying is, a man with no purpose is a dead man. And that's true. That's true. I mean, I died for several years. All I did was drink every day. So you got to have something. You got to have something to do pretty shortly, pretty soon after you retire. Something to do, at least for half the day, that's constructive, that has a purpose, or else you'll just end up in the bars all day long. You end up drinking all day long, just because you don't have anything else to do, because you're bored. You're just lost. Now, I'm not saying you can't, if you love golf, you can't go golfing every day, right? Hell, you'll get bored of that. But you got to come up with something to be constructive in your retirement, or you'll absolutely go crazy. All right, hey Jeremy, when are we going camping again? I'm not sure, my friend, because right now I don't even have any camping gear. I don't have any camping gear. Maybe I'll slowly start building back up some gear. And what I'd like to do is get with the boat crew over there in Barrio Barreto, if they're still around, you know, and take the kids back up there to Sea Long Inn. You know, it's away from people, or a place like that. You know, just to get away from everybody. That was the good thing about that. We go up there, there wasn't nothing but a few fishermen hanging out. So you truly get away from the masses of people. The water is safe to swim in. Obviously, there's a little trash around our campsite, but you know, it was okay to fish and swim and not worry about the water being too dirty. Graciano off the top ropes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, future plans. I talked about this during the marathon live stream. I mean, it's been a long time coming that it's just time for different formats, time to do something different. And so I think a lot of what I'm going to do going forward is live streams. Live streams. I've got over 2,000 videos here that I can do the same thing I just did. You know, run those as reruns. Cover political topics. Because it's been a long time in the running that it's just been like it's time to make the donuts. It's time for something new. I mean, it was just time. It is time. It was time a year or so ago to change things up. So I think a lot of what I'm going to do going forward is sitting here live. And the joy of doing things live is that once the live stream ends, I can hit that power button over there, close everything down, and not have 2-3 days of editing to do. Because that's the downside of hey Jataporn, how are you? It's over midnight here in Virginia. You know, the downside to doing these videos and filming, it's the fun part. The fun part's going camping and filming. You know, I love messing around with the camera and the angles and all that's great. And then when you get in, you realize that you just created days worth of work of staring at a laptop. Yeah, I know. I needed to hire a video editor about 6 years ago. But that's a difference in putting videos together every day versus doing some type of event live or some type of live coverage or live streaming. Okay, yeah, I'm engaged right now, but once I shut the stream down, I hit one power button, it shuts down this live stream setup, and then I can go spend time with the kids. Whereas traditional filming, it's time to sit down and stare at a laptop for 12 hours straight. Okay, hey Jacob, remember me when you get too big on your channel. Mike loved the outdoor camping and hiking videos. Yeah, and Scott says editing is the worst. Yeah, editing is a young man's game. It really is. I mean, number one, I gotta have these reading glasses on. I can't even see the screen. These young guys, they know how to make all this stuff dance and stuff. My editing skills, they're basic at best. I mean, I know how to put together the stuff that I've done. That's basically pushing the limits. I'm not any level above that. So it's a young guy's game who understands how to put this stuff together. Whereas us older dudes, it's easier just to sit here and talk to you live. Now, don't get me wrong. Setting all this stuff up, for me, it's like I need a PhD. But for a young guy, it's no big deal. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do going forward. Is pretty much live coverage. Whether I'm sitting here in front of you talking to you or I'm out with the iPhone running live. I think that's just a better way to do it, where I got more time to spend helping with the kids. It should work out better. So, am I going to cover politics? Yeah, I'm going to talk some politics. Do some live breaking news coverage. I got some streams right now that I'm watching right now that I can fire up that are live, just like those running of the bulls. But the past couple days, there hasn't really been anything going on. That's why I haven't put it up there. So, yeah, going forward, I'm shifting over to live broadcasting, streaming. All right, take a few more comments and I'll go ahead and shut it down. How long have we been on here? Started at, what, 10? Or did I start at 11? I was going to put a little timer. Maybe I need to put a timer because I can't tell how long I've been on here without doing the math. Then I forget when I went live. Okay, Slug to the Chest says IRL streaming and lives are the future. Yeah, it seems, absolutely, I agree with you. And up until, what, a month ago, I didn't know what IRL stood for. I think it stands for in real life. So the live streaming has changed to say IRL streaming. I used to just call it live streaming, but now it's got that little title in front of it. So when I used to sit in the bars and go live or walk around live, now they're calling that IRL streaming. It's basically what I used to do a lot of back in the day. But that's pretty popular now. So yeah, the live streaming, and again, okay, it's like I was talking the last show about how, 20 years ago people stopped believing the written word because anybody can write an article. You don't know if, I could pay somebody in India to write a blog article like I'm the expert on something. And so I think that's why video took off, because it's harder to fake. Well, now with the AI, a regular video is going to get easier and easier to fake. So then everybody's going to have to shift to nothing but live because it's the next level harder to fake. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm way off base there, but yeah, you look at these live streams and the numbers and the number of people that are tuning in. People love the live streaming. Okay, get a young guy to teach you, because AI is going to make editing much, much easier if you still like the filming. Yeah, if I'm doing any filming in the future, at some point I got to hire an editor. How he does it, that's up to him. Yeah, and I'm at a point at an age, Ed, that I don't want to learn the AI. I'm just at a point, I don't want to learn it. I want to pay somebody who already knows how to do it. Okay, just got back from Cebu, stayed at Quest Hotel. Let's see, Cebu. Let's see, we've stayed at the Quest. We had a room at that Hotel Elizabeth right next to Ayala Mall. It was like a suite, so it had one bedroom and a pull-out couch. That was pretty good value for the money if you're rolling with more people in your party. I stayed at the Bai Hotel, great experience there. Let's see, I'm by Clark. Any flight activity? Yeah, I mean, activity all the time. Couple days last week. I'm not giving up any secrets. Else, we're watching Osprey fly over. While we're doing our walks. So Fatima and Maria get to see some ospreys. Okay, hey Paul, modern events would be great. Peace out, King. Have a great time with the kids. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start covering. Matter of fact, I'll look right here. Only reason I haven't tried it out is because I've got the capability, but I can't dictate what news is going to pop up, right? So the past few days, the only thing I found halfway interesting was that running of the bulls. So right now, the streams I'm looking at, there's nothing live breaking right now. But if there is something live that breaks, I'm going to break live and see how it goes. Try my hand at being Ron Burgundy. Speculate, Ron. Speculate, man. I'm going to try to be Ron Burgundy for a while. Now, to pull it off and make it interesting, I may have to go back to drinking. What the old lady says. Go back to drinking. I don't know if that's good advice or not, but yeah. Okay, and then another question about Epstein. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know enough about that whole situation really to formulate an opinion. I don't know enough of the facts or enough of the chismes. I don't know enough about that. Graciano. Yeah, how about covering DJT? In my marathon live stream, I talked about that. I think everybody's views, and no matter what niche that you're in, are down because of the DJT show. DJT has taken over the ratings to where you're competing against him and his show. Does that make sense? You know, people only have so many hours a day to watch video, and they're not going to miss something that DJT does or says or wherever he goes. So everybody else who's not covering that is losing watch time because he's the greatest show on earth right now. How do you get on board that? Well, you got to cover DJT, and then you get a piece of the pie. I mean, I was looking at these series of videos, there were like 8 or 10 videos, and they were all averaging like 1,000, but there was one about DJT meeting with some leaders or something that had 27,000 views. So if you just look at that one snapshot, it's like it was 27 times more important than every other article or topic. Name another president that you would want to watch them talk to foreign leaders. I'd rather watch paint dry, but not with the DJT show. You know, you never know what the guy's going to say or do. So, you know, these news outlets can act like they don't like the guy with their agenda and everything, but that's all bullshit. That's all hypocrisy. They love it because of the ratings and the watch time and the views are there. They've got a never-ending stream of content covering the DJT show. Let's see. Hey, Guitar Jams. In a recent Gallup poll, 79% of Americans say that immigration benefits the U.S. And the percentage of Americans who want to decrease the number of immigrants has dwindled from 55% to 30%. Let's see. Hey, B, is China flexing on the PI right now? Yeah, they're always flexing. They're always flexing. Whether it gets a lot of media coverage or not. I mean, I saw an article a couple weeks ago, whatever, they were, what was it, a Chinese Coast Guard ship? I'm not looking at the article, I'm trying to remember. Something like 100 miles off the coast of Zambales, they were monitoring, 100 miles. So basically, 100 miles from Barrio Brito. You know what I mean? China's way up here, Philippines down here, and they're right there 100 miles off the coast. Yeah, and I'll keep maintaining that the world's problem and the world's enemy is China. Everything else is just regional. It's stirring mashed potatoes around. Just ongoing stuff. Nothing new. What's new and what the problem is the CCP. That's it. Okay, so Jacob's talking about getting a tattoo. Alright. Yeah, we can sit here and maybe I'll fire up a stream and talk about tariffs. Which I think a lot of folks, well, including myself, I'm not no expert on tariffs, because when you change the tariffs, it's not just one thing. It's so many pieces of the puzzle get changed with these tariffs that a lot of people don't think about, right? And a lot of things like that I never thought about until you start living outside of your home country and you start dealing with exchange rates, and you see how the exchange rates fluctuate based on this, and this. Okay, tariffs go up, people place less orders. Now it affects that local economy. I mean, we could sit here and talk about this all day and still not figure it out. I just think that probably the average American really doesn't understand the impact of tariffs. And I'm putting myself in that boat, but I think I understand it a little bit deeper than a lot of folks. And again, it's because you live outside the U.S. You start to be like, wait a minute, okay. You start putting these things together, right? Say you're a woke liberal without saying you're a woke liberal jams. Okay. And then he responds, I'm a proud American with common sense. Okay, so see how politics, folks. Politics gets people fired up. People love the drama. You know, they say don't talk politics or religion in a bar. What if you do? It gets interesting. Because it gets people's blood pressure up. It keeps them engaged. It'll get people pissed off. Cause them to unsubscribe. Just the way this game is. You know, say I have an average video with 100 comments. Do something political, it goes up to 400. Do something controversial, you get 400 comments. Do a little cooking show, 100 comments. So, okay. Hey, William Canadian here. I miss the days before Trump when there was not so much hate and America was more united. All right, so everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has their own opinion. Hey, Efren, how you doing, my friend? Shout out from Los Angeles. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead. I'm checking my live feed over here. I have a live feed looking down into Gaza from the Israeli border. But there's nothing happening. That's my news feed. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this particular live stream. But make sure you are subscribed and go in there and check that notification bell. Because everybody complains to me. Many people all the time. I never got notified. Why is YouTube not notifying me? And when I looked, there's only like 5,000 of y'all that check the notification bell. Everybody else is a subscriber, but you don't check the bell. So YouTube is notifying 100%, so they say, of the people with that bell checked. But if you don't have that bell checked, you're not going to get notified, which is silly. I think if I subscribe to somebody's channel, that means I want to get notified. But that's not how they look at it. So go in there and make sure you check that bell. I'd show you how, but I'd have to figure it out myself. If you don't have the bell check, you're not going to get notified. Okay, well, thank y'all very much for joining us. I'm going to go spend some time with the kids. It's coming up on 1 o'clock. And you know what I'll do? I got 6 more minutes. I'm going to run it till 1 o'clock and then shut it down. It's a nice round number. So any comments on the video, the audio levels, the little ticker at the bottom, the graphics, any comments, input, suggestions would be appreciated. Leave those in the comment section. Oh, one thing we learned. Okay, when I did that 12-hour live stream, my research said If you can live stream on YouTube as long as you want, but if you go over 12 hours, it doesn't get archived. If you go under 12 hours, it gets posted as a video. But what actually happened, I ran it over 12 hours to see what would happen. It will only post 12 hours of the stream. So everybody said, oh man, you had 5 minutes to go. Well, I ran it over 12 hours, 100%. But YouTube will only post the first 12 hours and then you're done. You can keep live streaming all you want to. You can live stream till the cows come home, but they're only going to post 12 hours. Interesting fact, if anybody wanted to know that. So, anyhow, let's see, I got 6 minutes to go. Take a couple more comments and that's it. Going off the air at 1 p.m. Manila time. Okay, yeah, and shows up under the live tab. Yeah. So I've set the home page up now where it shows the upcoming live streams. I'll try to schedule them a day out or what have you. But, you know, most of the premieres I run around, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern time. Same deal. I'll go live at the same time. Okay, some tariffs will be passed on until other suppliers take business away. Okay, William says, for some reason, I don't see any bill. I'll have to figure it out. You know what? I'll figure it out, do a little video clip, and I'll play it. But the long story short is the reason you're not getting notified, according to YouTube, is you don't have all notifications checked. Okay, it's hard to tell who's talking, you or your old self when commenting. Okay, suppliers will pass the tariff tax on to you. Yeah, we rednecks say you can't get blood from a turnip, right? Something has to give. Somebody's got to pay. The question is who? How does it work out in the long term? Okay, so Graciano says, I get notified. I'm assuming you have all the notifications checked. Okay, if you owned a business and paid import tariff tax, would you take the loss or make the customers pay for it? Okay, all good points. All good points. Maybe I should spark up a live stream to talk nothing about the tariffs. And you know why, folks? Okay, I'm not a financial genius, not a financial advisor. But it's like, I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. A lot of these live streams in the past, I didn't know a whole lot about the topic. I fire up a live stream, start talking about it, and I learn more from you, the viewer, than I can learn by sitting there Googling and going that route. So I'm okay with firing up a stream and not being the subject matter expert, because it's okay for me to learn as well. Okay, you should look at the price here for the Conrad right now. It's an amazing deal right now. That's good to hear. Yeah, if you're coming to Manila, best hotel for me in Manila is the Conrad, right there at the Mall of Asia. Done a lot of videos from there. The bell is next to subscribe or join under the video title. Let's see, what do you think about folks like you and I with a particular skill set opening a security/safety business in the PI? Obviously in your wife's name. Oh man. My blanket advice stands. But it's that segment with what's going on with China and Taiwan. Now it's sort of a different story on a different level. But my blanket advice is you don't come here and open a business. But that that's a little bit different with what's going on in the world. That don't answer your question. Okay, how can I hide my money? Don't try to hide it in your house, because your Filipino wife will find it and spend it. Alright, with that, folks, it's 1 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and conclude the live stream. Thank you for joining me. Thanks, everybody, all our members and everybody who sent super chat. We certainly appreciate it. Anything breaks off, or not breaks off, anything breaks bad in the world and I got a live feed, I'm going to go live. If not, I'll see y'all tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, however you want to look at it. The world's around. But most of y'all are most of y'all are in the U.S. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thanks again, and peace out, my friends. See if I can find the right button to shut this thing down. See y'all on the next one.